Action.
Are you prompting me? Should I just go?
Yes, so tell me about who you are and what Capernaum is.
My name is Martha Fuchsel, and I've been leading Young Life Capernaum for the past 4 years. And Capernaum is just a place where we get to celebrate our friends with disabilities and tell them that they are so loved and so wanted, and where we get to explain how we're all fearfully and wonderfully made in the Lord. And for me, I think my favorite part about Capernaum is that we don't just look at them like the world looks at them. We understand that every single person has dreams and has felt rejected and labeled, but also can experience laughter and friendship. And it is a place where everyone is welcomed, and we get to do this event twice a month called Capernaum Club, where kids come in and they instantly are welcomed by a warm smile and insane dance moves, and we get to dance the whole night, sing our hearts out, play ridiculous games, and just make friendships. And it is a really safe place where every single person is welcome to be who they are and get to walk out knowing more about what life looks like to the full in Jesus Christ.
Hi, my name is Margaret. People tend to judge my outside appearance and think I do not have a brain. I do have a brain. When I was born, I did not get enough oxygen to my brain. That's why I have CP.
So Margaret and I met 3 years ago in the cafeteria where I attempted to feed Margaret without knowing what I was doing at all. It completely ended with Margaret probably eating 3 bites of food and us being pretty covered in whatever lunch was that day. But it also just involved a lot of laughter. And what I love about that story is we had no idea that that was the beginning of a beautiful friendship. And so today, Margaret and I friendship is pretty much that we just live life together. We get to go have sleepovers, we go to prom, we go to homecoming, we get haircuts together. We're currently actually shopaholics and have a problem because we go to the mall too much and have zero self-control. And when I look back at just all these things that Margaret and I get to do together that involve insane amounts of laughter, I'm just insanely thankful for who Margaret is.
Martha and I are best friends, and every hangout is a total adventure, and we get to spend a week at camp where we do whatever we want.
And yeah, Margaret and I really do whatever we want at camp. We get stuck in elevators together. I do insanely embarrassing stuff. We eat for hours. Camp is just a fun place where we get to just hang out with our friends and live life differently than we would at home. Another way that Margaret communicates is she looks up to say yes, and she shakes her head to say no. So, for instance, Margaret loves Harry Potter, obviously. Margaret also loves when I forget my wallet at home right when we get to the store, which she obviously doesn't. Something that makes Margaret and my relationship unique is that God is really at the center of it. We've been able to go to church together recently, and I've loved that. But for me, what I learned from Margaret is just so much about joy. A sweet story for you guys just to understand who Margaret is a little more is that our last summer trip to camp for a week, this girl really opened up to us in our cabin about how hard her life was at home. And Margaret's immediate response with urgency was just to invite this girl over and to be part of our friendship, to invite her over to cook her home meal, to do this immediately. And I think that just shows who Margaret is as a person and her heart, and that she does have complete hope in the Lord, and she wants other people to know that.
What God means to me is hope.
And that is something I see in Margaret every single day.
If it was not for Martha and Young Life Capernaum, I would not be at the church I am at right now. This is who I've become.
I think we crushed it.